Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. Hey, first one of 2025 and already apologies, I don't have the graphic for the buff because I've been waiting for like 17 minutes now, but they still have not updated the news site for whatever reason. It's never taken this long. Who knows why, but yeah, I do know we do have a buff for today because I saw it in the game myself, so I'm still gonna cover it anyway. And there you see her. Kiichi Hogan. Yeah, the welfare assassin that not many people remember about, I'll be the first to admit. Especially because she hasn't been buffed before this at all. So they finally remembered she exists. Obviously, Ushi's Shisho, if you will. And today we have a skill buff. Also, I believe this is because she was brought to the welfare shop alongside with Eris 4-star, the Lancer one at least. Not sure if there's a third one, I didn't check yet, but yeah, there's some more, evocation shop updates. Anyway, let's get to covering the buff. So it's a buff to her second skill. So previously on a 5-turn cooldown, it's a targeted skill, so one of your party members gets 20% battery and 200% star absorb for 1 turn. And that was it. Even from when she was released, it was never really super strong. There's a lot of worse skills out there, of course, but definitely could still be a better skill considering even the star absorb is only 1/3, so But let's see what they did. So now on the same 5-turn cooldown, hey, the battery has been upgraded. It is now a targeted 30% instead of 20. Cool. Now the star absorb remains the same. It's still 200% up for 1 turn, which is kind of a shame because there is a brand new line as well that gives the target 30% crit damage for 3 turns. So the reason I think it's a real shame is that while the absorb itself is pretty low to begin with, I wish they upped that, but at least wish they updated to 3 turns instead of 1 turns, considering the new crit buff is also 3 turns. Not sure why they didn't do that. Again, considering the absorb is only 200%, it's not even that much to begin with. I do like this buff though. This actually can kind of make her a feasible like budget crit support, because in addition to this skill now giving 30% MP gauge, 30% crit damage for 3 turns, some star absorb, she also has a charisma that gives allies 20% attack up and MP gain for 3 turns. So there's definitely things she can do to support the team now. Now the first skill is obviously for herself only with the quick up and the evade, sadly. Maybe they'll change that someday too, but as is, she does have some things going for her if you actually want to use her as a support rather than a farmer or a DPS. So on this year's, or I guess I can't say that anymore now that I think about it, I was just autopiloting. On last year's tier list, we placed her on a flat B, which, you know, understandable, I suppose. With this, she could probably be placed in B+, or maybe we'll just keep her in B. We'll see. And honestly, for those asking as well, are we doing the tier list this year? Probably. I've actually been so busy, I haven't even started doing prep for any new gameplay tier list this year. But people seem to really enjoy them still, so chances are we're still gonna do them. There might be a small twist to it, because they're getting longer and longer every year, but you might see some anyway. And of course, do let me know in the comments if you do want to see the return of the Servant gameplay tier list on 2025 as well. So there you go, there's Kiichi's buff. Pretty scuffed on the presentation this time around, apologies for that. Again, they just for some reason are not updating the news website, I don't know why. So had to make do with what I have, with just Atlas basically. But nevertheless, there you go. First buff of the year. Definitely not a huge one, but a nice one regardless. So if you enjoyed this video, do be a solid and click on the thumbs up button. It really helps out, of course. And hey, even though I did hit 100k subscribers recently, I am still pushing for more. So if you want to see more videos in the future, do hit that subscribe button as well. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now and Suit for being a big YouTube member supporter. And otherwise, hey, catch you on the next video. Peace out.